Recording in progress.
All right, everybody, welcome. It is Friday, November 26th of 2021. This is the TRC Telemarketing and Sales Training Call, and we'll see how many people jump on here. I had a little bit of a slow. It's funny how quickly people will just take time off. I get it, but you got to keep those calls coming, and if you are a telemarketer and you're working with one of the teams that I coach, my expectation is that you are here at least with the recording that you have sent you that can be analyzed, that you can go back and listen to later. So I only have calls from Sam and Jelly today so far. So I'm going to be looking for, if you have calls, I should be seeing them. It doesn't matter what the holiday is, especially if we don't take time off. You can take it, but I still should have some calls. All right, Sam's calls. I have one, so I don't know whether Sam or Sonia are here, but I'm going to go right into it. So let's go.
Hello?
Hello. Hi, is this Jose? Hi, Jose. This is Sam from Dorado. I'm calling because I wanted to thank you for using our website, SonomaCountyListings.com, to look at some properties here in Santa Rosa. So we just wanted to make sure that we're sending you the correct properties. I have here that you're looking in Santa Rosa, Windsor, for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath for no more than $550. Is that correct?
3-bedroom.
3 bedrooms? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And are you only looking in Windsor and Santa Rosa?
Windsor, Santa Rosa, Royal Park.
Okay. All right. Okay, great. Is there anything else you would like me to add to your criteria?
No, that'll be fine. That is enough, yeah.
Okay. We also wanted to mail you a package of information that will help you get the best buy. What's the best mailing address we can send that to?
1606 Becky Court.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. And these are some beautiful...
I think I already had a house on mine.
You have a house in mind?
Yeah, that house is not going to hit the market. There's a person that I know that is going to sell the house. So, yeah, that's probably this coming month.
Oh, okay.
At the beginning of this month.
At the beginning of this month. And are you working with a realtor at the moment?
No, yeah.
Not yet?
No.
Okay.
He just told me that today, that he might going to sell the house.
He might sell the house.
Well, he's going to sell the house for sure, but there's going to be his price in the house for $540.
Okay.
And it's a 4-bedroom house on Santa Rosa near to Peterson Lane.
Near what, I'm sorry?
Peterson Lane.
Oh, okay. Peterson Lane.
Sam, are you on here by any chance? Sonia, Sam, anybody?
I'm here.
Good. Okay, well, I'm going to stop it there for a second to give it a little bit of a critique here. The typing is distracting to me now. At first, I thought to myself, maybe it's kind of cool. It legitimizes the fact that you're trying to fix the criteria, but you're losing too much momentum. So I don't like it all of a sudden. It's distracting. And now this call's getting long, and this guy's actually a good prospect. Would you agree?
No.
Okay, tell me why. At this point in time, why? Listening to this, why is he not?
I don't think because he is interested in buying a property that's not listed. And I've never been in that situation.
Okay, so Sam, stop. Yeah, you're wrong.
Yeah,
you're wrong.
I don't know.
That's a pipe dream. You know what I mean? Like when that happens, it's maybe 6% of the marketplace in the United States. Why do I state something like that? Maybe 4% of the time, because for sale by owners make up about 9% of the marketplace. Okay, and so you're hearing what the majority of for sale by owners are in this call, which is essentially an inside deal, right? So it might or it might not happen. But having said that, what's the value added you could bring to this guy at this moment in time? And why do you say he's not a good prospect?
Well, he's definitely looking to buy. Yes, I offered the package, which is what we have to bring.
I know, but
to the
hold on,
table.
but hold on.
Sorry.
I think you did everything well in the first part of the script. And then it gets weird. Like it's like there's a lot of typing and you're losing control over him. And you're good enough to not have to do that. So, oh, interesting. So you have a friend, looking. So you just have to be a little bit more aggressive here to keep this in control, right? Hey, just curious. So what about the friend, right? Once you qualify that it's a friend and he starts going, maybe he's going to do it, maybe he's not. That's what they all sound like, right? All these pipe dreams. I'm going to buy this one directly. I'm going to sell it directly to my friend. A lot of the times it doesn't happen. So your job is to prospect here. He's prospectable. Okay. But I still 2 minutes and 33 seconds in or so, I don't have my glasses on, 2 minutes and 38 seconds to be exact. I don't know why he's buying. Right. And so once you got the package delivered and all that, wonderful. I'll call you next week to make sure that you got it. Okay. Now you're going to qualify him. Okay. You made the offer, and so he's accepting, and he coughs up his email address. So you have a pretty well-formed contact here. Is this a sync lead, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so internet buyer lead. So here we go. You've done the right thing we've asked you to do. Try to, when we're prospecting someone, try to also get the email, the mailing address, so we can package out, so we can change the relationship and not be like everybody else. Great job up until that point, right? Nothing wrong with it. But what you're not understanding is there's a bridge that you go to the next piece, and that's to qualify whether or not he truly is a prospect. He's starting to act that way because he's accepting of your offer. He's accepting of you cleaning it up, no problem. And early on, it was good. You didn't start like, what? But you do later on because you begin to distract yourself with all the typing. You're distracted, and it sounds that way. So don't type. There's nothing you're typing in here that can't be written down with a couple of notes and then typed after, right? It's just too distracting, and you're doing a good job. So why type if it interferes with you doing a good job? So let's just see where the rest of it goes, because what I'm waiting for is what? The second beat.
Yeah, I do ask why. I just wanted to ask as much questions as I could.
Yeah, but
I don't know why.
I don't want
somebody that wanted like that.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that.
Okay.
I don't want you to ask as many questions as you can. It's you.
Did we lose Danny?
You froze up, Danny.
Oh, yeah, I didn't hear it. The end of that.
How is this? It's so weird. I have full bars. You guys there?
Yeah.
I hear you now.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah,
I have total full bars too. It's just, I don't know. Let's see. I'll close out some more stuff. See if it helps. Okay, you're with me now, right? Maybe I just hit a dead spot. Okay, so the idea is what's happening is in these beats, there are times you have to deal with objections, pushback, confusions, but don't cause them when you don't need to, right? You don't need to know all of this. So what if you don't know? What do you know? You do know that you need to come off of every call with a why, a motivation of 1 to 10, and when they think you'll be a 9 to 10. That's all you need to find out. Don't make it so difficult. It's not, don't get insecure about your own experience. Well, I've never had this happen before. That's going to happen a lot. People are going to say weird things to us a lot of the time. So we just have to keep plowing through it, right? Because if you end this call without finding out why, and you don't find out 9 to 10, how motivated is he, and all that stuff. If you don't qualify now, it's a wasted call. Because what are you going to do? And this is what everybody's doing. They kick the can down the road and we get a bloated database out of it. We don't want that. So let's listen. Let me see what happens.
Okay.
Well, now it froze. Maybe that's what froze me. Let me see if I can fast forward this. Hear the typing? It's interesting. Let's listen to all the typing.
Rosa near to Peter Soling.
Near what? I'm sorry.
See what I mean?
Peterson,
You
Peterson
distracted
Lane.
yourself.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Pearson Lane.
Yeah.
Listen to all that typing.
Oh,
So
It's-
it's gonna be under market price.
oh, so it's an off-market property. Okay, so he's not listing
Yeah.
it or anything.
No,
Oh.
and it's not gonna be listed. So if and I have $100,000 on
Yeah.
my bank account,
Okay.
so I'm just gonna get another probably $20,000 or 10 to put the 20% down payment and pay all the paperwork.
Right. Okay. And why are you thinking of buying?
Why I'm buying?
Yeah. Yes.
Because I'm renting.
Because at the moment you're renting. Okay.
Yeah.
And how motivated are you to buy?
Yeah. Come on, Sam. Just read the question. That's a rookie mistake right there. Sam?
What? Yes, I'm sorry.
Sam.
Mhm.
What did you just do wrong?
What do you mean? I forgot from a scale from 1 to 10.
Yeah, don't forget it. There's no
Yeah.
such thing. You gotta, this is discipline. You're way
Yes.
too years in doing this to lack that kind of discipline. You ask them an open-ended question. These are very specific questions to guide somebody's thought process so you help them think, right? If you leave it nebulously to them, why how motivated? Well, I mean, it's nebulous. This is a system. Answer, close after your offer, right? So it's just you're killing yourself, and you're so good talent-wise, but your discipline is just lacking. Listen to it.
How what?
How motivated are you to buy?
Well, because in a 3-bedroom house, I'm a 3-bedroom place.
Right.
My kids are growing, so I need something for them. I need something bigger. I know that the prices are kind of high right now, but the rooms are increasing too, so I need
Your own home.
something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, Mr. Reese? If you'd like, I can have my broker, Sonia, give you the package in person, and she can give you a buyer consultation just to make sure that you're good, getting the best buy.
Okay, stop. I gotta have you be disciplined, Sam. Okay, I gotta have you. Do you have the buyer internet script printed out?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You have it near you right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Read me the thing from top to bottom so I make sure you have the right one.
Okay, so from the intro to the end?
The whole thing, all the beats.
Okay, so it says, first beat, this is Sam from the Berto Group. I'm calling because I wanted to thank you for using our website, SonomaCountyListings.com, to look at properties online. I want to make sure that we're sending you the correct properties that you want to see. I see that you were sending properties in X area for X price range. Is that correct? And then I shut up and listen, and then they sit. After that, I asked them, do you want me to add anything to your criteria? They go ahead and tell me. And then I say, great, I'll check in with you next week to make sure that you get the correct listings. And then after that, I say, I'd also like to mail you a package of information that will help you buy the best at the best price. What's the current mailing address? Give me the information. Second beat, these are beautiful properties. Why are you thinking of buying? And I repeat and reaffirm the why. And then I ask them from a scale from 1 to 10, how motivated are you to buy? And if it's lower than 8, I say, why so low? And if it's from 9 to 10, I book the appointment.
Okay.
I close.
So close. Where's the closing beat?
I have here, I'd like to have my broker, Sonia, deliver the package in person and give you a buyer consultation. Are you available this week or weekend?
Okay. I don't know where that comes from. That last beat is, I don't know. That's a little bit ugly.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
make
I
a
have
note.
that.
Make a note that you don't have the proper third beat, and so I'll have to take a look at that third beat. Just tell Sonia to go on. Tell her right now too. Tell her to go on to the Teachable site and download the third beat so that we make it there. But you can also see by reading this, and the reason I'm asking you to read it, there's a lot of good language that we've worked very diligently and thoroughly to come up with. And you just didn't use any of it. And you actually sounded better reading it than you did in your real live conversation with the person. A different, more professional voice came out in you, in my opinion, right?
Oh.
So your discipline is lacking, and it's making you casual. And when you're casual, when you really distracted, right? I mean, one of the most important things as a telemarketer is when you make these telemarketing calls, there are no distractions. So now that you've moved home to Mexico, are you in a place where there are distractions?
Well, yeah, I'm at home.
Okay.
I have a dog.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I wasn't distracted at the moment. I just think I was thrown off because I haven't had a person that never said that before. And I just panicked. That's why I sent it also, because I wasn't
when you
comfortable
panic,
with this call. I know it's not my best.
what's the number one thing to do when you panic? I don't want your best.
Go to
I
the
want something.
script.
I don't want your best. I want something like this. This is a guy with $100,000 in cash. This is a real prospect, and he doesn't have a realtor. This is go time. This is what we kill ourselves getting leads for and organize them. This guy right here. This is real money, really on the table. Okay. And so what's happening is, why would you panic after all these years? Like, you have to ask yourself that. It's a rhetorical question. Why, when you have a safety net right next to you? It's called a script. Just stay to it. Just trust it. Because the minute you start to babble, you're dead. You're dead. I'm not saying that you died in this particular phone call because you have enough quote unquote muscle, but this is an example of you trying to get through a call on muscle versus trusting the formula that's in front of you. And this is why we say in this group, when we hire telemarketers, you've got to be trainable. And trainable means discipline. Discipline to read the script. Because if you go back and listen to this recording when this call is over, and you listen to yourself read the script, even though it's a little fumbly, because you can tell you're not super familiar with it, because you're not role playing it out or training it well enough, okay, you can hear a more professional Sam comes out. When you're casual, that's why you're getting thrown off. Because you're casual. You're getting a little bit cocky, thinking that you've done this for a long period of time, that it's easy. And it's not. It's not, because of what you're saying. New scenarios come up to us all the time. New situations that we have to react to. And if we are not professionally prepared for anything, it's much like a fighter. A fighter can practice in theory all they want, trying to get punched in the face. It's under controlled circumstances. But the minute you walk into a cage or a boxing ring and you get punched in the face in a way that you're unexpected, the number one thing to do is calm down. Is calm down and say this, and I want you to write this down. Stick to the plan. We said this last week. Because we have a plan, so stick to the plan, right? Just stick to it. Because it's a very logical moment for this guy. Wonderful. I'm going to send you out a package of information that will help you get the best buy. What's included in there is a copy of 5 or 6 properties most recently were bought in those areas for that price, and a copy of the plan Sonia customizes for her clients. You'll be getting that. I'll call you this week, make sure you're getting the right properties online and that you receive the package, right? You can now do that because he said yes to both. So you're reaffirming, I'll call you next week for a couple of reasons. One digital, one physical. Hey, by the way, will I have you? Why are you thinking about moving? Right? Well, my kids are getting older. Really? Interesting. On a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated are you? Let him have that opportunity to try to give himself organization. That's what you're doing. You're guiding somebody through a process. You're not just trying to find out. You're guiding them to come to a point, help them understand where they are. So that if a meeting with her is appropriate, then you know. But you don't know. You don't really know. It seems like it. If a meeting's appropriate in this moment, why don't you know? Because you didn't ask the questions the way we set them up. If he had said what numbers call for a meeting for sure? What numbers? There's only 2 of them. What numbers?
9 and 10.
You got it. That's it.
Yeah.
And if he says less, why so low? Right? Why not a 9 to 10? Something like that. Why not a 9 to 10? Because why? We find that our buyer clients that we work with were motivated at a 9 to 10 before they really went to make a decision, right? That helps them focus and get their plan in place and get ready. So is there anything we could do? Perhaps a meeting with Sonia to go over a good plan. I know you're looking at that one property, but what if it doesn't work out? What if it's not exactly the right price? Let her do an analysis on that one while she meets with you. We'll go see 3 of your favorites with her. Go over the soldier. There's so many valuable things she can do to help this gentleman right where she meets him. But if you don't do your part in setting it up, it's cloudy. This is why I talk about bloat in these databases, and this is why I'm fanatical about getting this right. We've got to get this right. Let's see where it ends. Hang on one second. See if it keeps freezing up on me. Let me try to get down 4 minutes.
And why are you thinking of buying?
The rents are increasing too, so I need
To get your own
to
home.
do something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, Mr. Reese? If you'd like, I can
That's
have
all word
my
wisdom because you lost.
broker Sonia give you the package in person, and she can give you a buyer consultation just to make sure that you're good, getting the best buy. Because I don't know if the other party is using a realtor to price the home, or what he can.
Well, we checked the houses around. She's a friend of mine, and we checked the prices around, and most of the houses they went out for around 600. So they said we don't want to pay for a broker or anything like that. We just do the paperwork. I can get it for 540.
For 540.
So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, do you want the consultation, or you just already decided on the property on that?
No, I already decided that.
You already decided that?
Yeah, other than if she retract, I might gonna have to find some other place. But so far, I think I'm gonna stay with that house.
Okay, and then it stops. What happens?
Oh, it stops there?
Yeah.
No. So I asked him after that. I said, okay, when would you have a decision? And he said 3 weeks.
Okay.
I said, okay, I'm gonna mail you the package, and I'll
Good.
follow up in next week to make sure that you receive
Good.
it. And that's
Good.
it.
Good. Look, my major critique for you is you got to stick to the plan. That's it. It requires discipline. You're defaulting to muscle, which is like it's the thing we're trying to root out of this with salespeople. Myself, I mean, for years, Sam,
Yeah.
I tried to go in and do it, on a wing and a prayer, and it's just not the best way to do it. And so you don't have anywhere near as much experience as I do, and I'm critiquing myself for doing that, right? So where's that leave you? Read the thing.
Right.
Like, read it. I don't care what they say to you. You'll be good with us, meaning me and Sonia. You'll be good with us if you stick to the plan. If you don't, like, I think you might have been able to go a little bit further with him. I get it. He's lasered in on something. He thinks he's going to save money. It's sort of the same thing when you pick up and you get a FSBO, right? They're thinking about, well, I can sell it directly to this guy. Wonderful. Let me send you the information, because in the case that doesn't work out, we'd love to meet with you, see if we can help you. Your perception is 540 is a good deal. How do you know it's a good deal for that house? Has anybody done an analysis on that house? I'm sure Sonia would love to do it for free, right? See what I mean? Just keep going with value and get her into the conversation, right? I would like her,
Yeah.
I would like you to start to default towards, she should be involved in this account right now, right?
Right.
Because it's a prospectable guy, and if it falls apart, better to be out in front of all the competition, right? Guy's a first-time home buyer, right? And he's blindly buying his neighbor's house, which may or may not be a good, a good thing. Who knows? It could be, and you might be a loss here. But I think it's worth getting her involved until you two are in a rhythm. Get her involved earlier. Right? That's what I tell my telemarketers. Get me involved as early as you think it's reasonable, and then I'll coach you. I'd rather you defer to me than guess, right? So cheat a little bit more towards getting her involved in anything that sounds like it's a real prospect. But stop dropping the questions the way that they're written. It's better when you're reading them, and you sounded better when you were reading them than what you're making up on your own. You're not far off, but it's little degrees of far off in this business can be way off. Okay? Discipline.
Okay.
Yep. Good.
Yes.
Good. Angeli, I have a link.
Hi, Danny.
How are you, darling?
Quite tired.
Yeah, you're tired. All right, so we'll go easy on you. Let's see. Okay, Angeli, so we have again all of these that were sent to me. I'd like to take a couple of them. So they're not labeled with anything. Anything in particular I should be listening to, or let me just pick a couple?
Yeah, I believe Wendell just forwarded my email to you, right?
I have, yeah, so let's see. They're listed.
There are like the last
Got
two
it.
calls. I had some questions.
Okay, so wasn't able to rebut properly. Irma, that one?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's one of those.
Let me see if there's a. It's just tough to tell which one it is, so I'm just going to assume it's this one. Let me see.
Mm.
It's just tricky the way he sends them.
Does the recording shows the phone numbers?
No. Maybe it does. Let me see. Yeah, maybe it does. But the problem is, again, I can't open them. He's got to stop sending them like this in this link with Dropbox. I need something better. Let's see.
Yeah.
There we go. Hang on one second.
I will tell him.
I got it. It opened up. So let me just see if I have this. Yeah, let me just see. It does not have the phone numbers. Let's see if this is it.
Hello? Hello?
Hi, Bruce. Hello.
Yes.
Oh, hi, Bruce. My name is Jordan. I'm calling from Jag Realty Group with ESP Realty. And I'm following up on a call I believe you had with someone in our team just a few weeks ago. I just wanted to make sure that you received the postcard we sent you in the mail.
I did.
Oh, great. And also, I noticed that you're planning to move to the outskirts, perhaps this spring, right?
Possibly, yes.
Okay. Well, what I know is people like you are still far out from selling is they would like to know what's going on in their neighborhood. So for the meantime, while you're waiting for the timeline, I can go ahead and set you off for once a month a little neighborhood snapshot in which you'll be knowing all the neighbors are selling, what the condition is, how much they're getting, and how long it took them to sell. I have your email address is brucer390@comcast.net. Is this right?
Yes.
Okay. Great. So when is the soonest time I should get back to you?
Well, I don't plan on doing anything until at least March or April, so.
March or April, okay. And by the way, since I see that you're moving to the outskirts, what specific location are you looking into?
I don't have a specific location.
Oh, okay. Just as long as it's an outskirt, right? For the place. Okay. So what's your criteria for your new property, Grace, so we can help you out find it?
I'm working with a person that brokers property right now. He finds the right piece of property because I'm buying something that has a repairable or needing to replace home property. And so basically it can come down to when I find the right piece of property. I'm not looking for something that's smooth and ready.
I see. But that would be it's just like a vacant lot, right?
No, not necessarily a vacant lot. I'm looking for something that has a damaged home on it.
Like
or
let him
a
talk.
shop and a destroyed home. But the shop is kind of a necessity.
But you haven't listed to anybody yet in selling your house, right?
No.
Okay. So you got the buying part covered, so you're just looking for somebody to help you out in selling. Am I correct?
Well, when I go to sell, with the zoning of my property, basically I'm going to sell to an investor, so it's an opportunity reaching out and talking to some commercial investors and seeing if they're interested in buying the property for development.
I see. I would take note of that, Bruce.
So yeah, if ever we find you the right property, would you consider working with us instead if we find a good property?
Possibly.
Or have you already signed with that?
I'm not going to sign with anybody
Ah,
until I decide to buy something. So I'm not going to commit to something.
I understand. So how big is the property you're looking for?
All right, let's stop it. Okay. And is this the one? I assume this is certainly one of those where you're getting objections and you wanted some guidance on it. Yes?
Actually not. It's just like that was before we had the call with Wendell and Josh.
Okay.
I just wanted to have you listen to it if it's like too long for you. Or could have I done it faster?
Angeli,
or quicker?
Angeli, it goes to it's the same critique that I would give, and critique is not the right word. The same help I would offer you and Sam today is that I need to continue to work with primary people in your group to, number one, refine what you have to say, right? Because here we are, I think you're doing fine, but we're 3 minutes, 36 seconds in. The call goes on for 10 minutes. So I'm barely a third of the way into this. So this is a long way to go, right? So my question to you is, again, it's really Josh. The question goes to Josh. What script did he supply you with? And it always starts, Angeli, as I was explaining the other day when we were doing the one-on-one, all three of us, is you have to look at the lead generation. Where does this lead come from, right? So do you remember what the source of this lead is?
Yeah, this is supposedly for the follow-up on the postcard we sent them.
Okay, and the postcard does what? Is it a wholesale?
It has the contact details. It's for retail. Just the contact details. Just not even the package that you usually work with. The market update. We are still working on that, but it's just a postcard with the contact details and some stuff about our company. So I'm following up if they have received it. But since he mentioned that there's like an opportunity for the buying side as well, that's why I went into that and just asked for the criteria.
What does the outskirts mean? Can you help me a little bit here? What are the outskirts?
Yeah.
What geography am I dealing with here?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to know. That's why I asked him which outskirt did he mean, or if it's just within the state, and he just said any outskirts. So I just took note any outskirts in Oregon. I'm not really good with the location.
Let's stop it there. I'm just trying to get some context. I don't think he's the easiest type of lead to deal with, right? So that's why I was trying to figure out. I think this type of lead is very difficult. It's like, Sam happened to get a really good buyer lead, but both of these guys have a perception of what they're already going to do. And that's cut out realtors or keep realtors in a very lower position. This is why I don't like this kind of lead, right? If I'm, which I am, right? When I'm buying leads or contact information, I'm looking for sell side first and buy side second, where there's actually a real opportunity to serve somebody. So the problem here is this guy doesn't really want your service or doesn't perceive it to be valuable. And it was similar in Sam's situation. So we need scripts that cut to the chase, that don't waste time, because the idea of prospecting is trying to go into a big pile of contacts and find people who are willing to accept our help. So 10 minutes with a guy trying to win something is painful to listen to, because I'm thinking about opportunity cost. So I think the issue when you listen to a call like this is it's like you keep coming back to, well, if we could find it, would you work with us? Well, why? Why do we want to work that hard when somebody's like, I'm already with the realtor and I'm not signing with anybody and I'm going to get an investor to sell it. Why don't you just stick to one thing, the house? Did he come in asking for something about the house? Was he looking for a cash buyer? Is that how you found him?
We were just calling him to see if he's interested in selling his house. He didn't mention about cash offer.
Yeah. Okay. Because he starts to mention it. He starts to mention investors, and you know what those guys are, gals are, right? They're cash.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So there needs to be some work done on a script for these types of leads, but I always need to work on the script. I need the context. So I would have to see this postcard. What, like, he reacts to the postcard, or somebody called before you? Can you refresh me again? I'm lost. And if I'm lost,
what
that's not good.
happens? Okay, so what happens here is that we it's cold call first, and if they're interested, then I'll be calling them to check and verify if they're really a lead or a prospect. So I ask for their address and for their emails, because I'm trying to also set up the e-alerts, the updates, the market updates for their email. That's what I just did first. And after that, that's actually it. That's just the script for that kind of lead. But since I see the opportunity, as I mentioned earlier, so I was just trying to get the criteria for the buying side. So after that, we will be sorting out the leads from the less than 90 days and the more than 90 days for the follow-up.
So this guy was acquired.
When they're ready.
Hold on. This guy was acquired by the cold callers who are just calling a huge list. And he said to them, I would like to potentially sell. Yes?
Yes.
And then they get a postcard after that call?
After that call, I will be calling them first to double check if they really have plans, and if I see that they do have plans, that's the time we send postcard, because we sort it out if they have plans or not.
Okay, yeah, it's a little bit messy. You see how it's messy? I'm not even sure that you understand the cleanliness of it. Otherwise I'm just dense today and I'm not getting it, right? Because to me, you have these cold callers that are calling this huge list of people saying, basically, are you thinking about selling? Then what happens next? I'm confused.
The time that I verify the leads to make sure if they do have plans in selling.
So so somebody says they put it on a list. This guy said that he's going to call, and then you have to call the same guy again and verify it.
Yeah.
Oh,
just to be sure that they do have plans.
That's ugly. Yeah, that's ugly. That's an ugly process. That's a huge waste of time, energy, resources. I mean, if somebody makes that first call, why can't they make sure there's a real reason with a better script? That blows my mind. That's ugly.
Yeah, that's actually the issue where the issue coming from, because some of the leads don't really have plans. I can somehow say that the cold callers they're not really that good yet in telling the motivation or
Yeah, it's not them. It's the script they're using. I mean, if you get somebody on the phone, it should be relatively easy, presuming you set up the structure of a script correctly, to find out whether they have interest or not, and when. We've gone over it thousands of times, and I'll go over it thousands more. We have a very clear formula that allows somebody to feel comfortable reading their mind aloud to us and giving us the comfort level that there is a reason why they want to sell it or buy inside the next 12 months. And we can find out when they think they're really going to be ready to do so. That's just not rocket science. And it should apply to any script. Anytime, it's so difficult to get somebody on the phone, know their context, and make a good offer. What's the cause? Why are you calling me? You better give me a good because. No matter what. Am I cold calling into a neighborhood list? Am I calling FSBOs, expireds, probates? What am I calling into? It should be very clear to me, right? So there's something wrong with the script for the cold callers, not you. The fact that you're calling back into this and you have to spend 10 minutes trying to figure this guy out makes no sense to me, right?
Yeah. For me, it was actually what I remember in this call, it was quite quick for the selling part. It's just the buying part that I had some, some struggles or determining if he'd still be considering another realtor or not. But when he said that he's not committing to anyone unless he finds the perfect property, so I just went ahead with it. So that's how it took long.
I think you did the best you could here. I'm just not so sure you're set up for success. let me just see. It's tough to tell which one. I'm trying to look for this Gloria one because you put something there. Let me just see if this is. Let's listen.
Hello. Hi, Irma.
Yes.
Hi, Irma. My name is Jordan. I'm calling from Jag Realty Group with EXP Realty. And I'm calling because I saw your beautiful home online and was interested in sell. So I thought of sending you some information to help you sell it the next time. May I do that?
Oh, you're trying to become an agent for whoever you're representing, or you?
Yes, I wanted to send you some information that would help you sell it the next time.
Like what?
Like I'm simply trying to send you the information that you signed to bring you.
I just didn't know what to say.
Okay, here we go. Read the script. Okay? It's right there. And this is exactly the scenario we train on. You do know what to say. It's the same critique with Sam. You know exactly what to say if you read the script. I'm going to send you pictures and details about it. She's just asking you to qualify yourself, and you're not ready to do it. Right?
Yeah, I honestly don't know because I was looking at the script at that time, and I was looking for the rebuttal. I mean, the objections that Josh sent me.
Hold on. Do you have the script in front of you right now?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, go read it, top to bottom, all scenarios, because you're gonna catch on. Go read it to me.
Yeah,
please.
So this is Jordan from Jag Realty Group with the XP Realty. I am calling because I saw your beautiful home online and noticed it didn't sell. So I'd like to send you some information that would help you sell it the next time. May I do that? Great. May I confirm that your best mailing address is X? Are there any other decision makers who should receive this information? What's their names and addresses? I will call you next week to make sure that you receive the information. By the way, while I have you, Gloria, it looks like...
Hold on. Do you have any scenario where they ask you what you're sending? Do you see it on there, on the version you have?
No. That's what I'm actually... that's why I don't know what to say, because
that's why I'm trying to make
have
sure
your information.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure we set you up for success.
It's not describing.
Okay, so what's missing, first of all, just like Sam, you sound better when you read it. I want you to both go back to reading the script, okay? You're cheating, both of you, and you're not reading it. And I don't know whether it's you're tired or it's hard to get somebody on. When somebody answers, you need to have the script right next to you. Put your finger down and start reading it, because both of you sound so good when you do. And when you don't, you can tell you're muscling your way through. You can tell that you're both a little bit lost. Don't do that. You're making it, ladies, you're making it more difficult on yourselves. And I just wouldn't do that. That's the whole reason of having the script, right? Is that you can go right down the script, right down the formula. You don't have to think. And by the way, the idea of a script is to empower you to sound like businesswomen. And when you both read this, I'll make an argument. Go back and listen to the call. You'll listen to your real live call, and you'll listen to you reading me the script. And I think you'll have a hard time arguing with me that you didn't sound better when you read the script. You both took on a different tone in your voice. All of a sudden, it sounded more professional. It was just a different tone, because you're both so well trained at this that you're having trouble bridging the gap between training and reality. But you read it both fine when you just take your time. You're not nervous. You know me well enough that I'm in it for you. I'm trying to get you to be the best you can be. Just read it. You have to trust it, because it's thousands of hours that we have spent as a mastermind group listening to calls, rewriting scripts. You should see what we're going through with the probate script. I mean, we get so exhausted by the end of the call trying to go over the details, trying to help everybody. It's like, we're beat, right? We're beat. Let me just see. Okay, so you don't have the right one then, because you should see something.
I'm sorry, but my bad. I just pulled up the scripts that Josh sent me, and I see here it's like
the 4B, only if asked.
Okay. So
about what I'm sending.
So see what I mean? That's the discipline.
Yeah.
That's the focus that I need out of you and Sam today. I need you to be focused. When the owner of the company sends you something that the consultant has given him to make his life easier, you have to print it out, put it up, and just follow it. It's that easy. And it's in major, like, bold here in front of me. Only if asked, what are you sending? She says that. I'm mailing you a list of properties with pictures and details that sold in your price range while you're on the market. I'm also including a copy of our 7-step seller plan. Instead, you're saying some general thing. And she can tell you're not the owner. Oh, well, what do you want to try to get the listing? And well, maybe, but in the meantime, I just want to send you this package of information, right? Of course, if there's an opportunity, we'd love it. But in the meantime, I want to send you this information. But when you're making up the words, ladies, it's impossible for you to be that good, to beat this, right? Because when you articulate it properly, right here in front of you, you don't have to go off to all these objections. You have to read this, right? Okay? Got it?
True.
Because I had to check to make sure that this is on you, not me. Now, unfortunately, my dear, it's on you. You don't have the right one in front of you. So everything you have up to this point, throw it away, print these ones out, put them up where you make an expired call, an internet follow-up call. We need to make sure that every script you're using so that when you go into a different category, you shift. Got it?
Got it.
Okay, good. All right, let's move on to the next one. Introduce Sarah Ziarelli. You got me some. Let's see. And then Sarah Corey will end with yours. You got a couple there. All right, here we go with Ziarelli's calls.
Hello?
Hello?
There we go.
Hi, this is Yareli from Online Realty Group. I'm calling you because I saw your beautiful home online and noticed that it didn't sell, so I would like to send you some information that will help you sell it next time. May I do that?
Beautiful.
Can you hear me?
You saw the home. You want to help me sell my next home?
Yes. I will send you some information that will help you to sell the house.
Good.
It's a 7-step seller plan.
Are you a agent or something? Who is this?
Yes, I work with an agent. Yeah.
Good.
We are.
You work with an agent. What does that mean?
I'm his assistant. I'm his partner.
I am his assistant.
Good.
Sorry.
Don't
So
apologize.
this information is for you. It's totally free.
Who's
And
your
there's
agent?
my agent is Jake Chase.
I think I already talked to him. Thanks for this, but
All right, he's goofy. I think we listened to this one already, right? He's just goofy. I mean, did he speak to Jace before? I mean, Jake?
No.
Yeah, he's just goofy. You know what I mean? And this is what my point is about prospecting, Ziarelli. Some of them just, they're not easy, and we don't need something that's not easy. But I think you do a great job articulating it in the beginning. And don't apologize to him. You got a little bit nervous there. Be comfortable when it goes quiet, okay? When it goes quiet, just wait on him because he's goofy. So he's dramatic and he's goofy. So just let him play his little game that he's playing with himself, And then what you do is you just say, you did a good job, but go read here. Do the same thing. Do you have the script in front of you?
Yeah.
Go to the script and read what's in it. What are you sending? It's the same thing twice here now. We heard it today twice. Go read what's in it to me. Go ahead and read it because you're doing so well up to there. You've mastered, hey, by the way, you've mastered it in English in the first beat. There was no hesitation. It was very good. That's the best thing. That's the best English I've ever heard you speak. Yeah.
Fear like
I know it is. I know it is, but let it go because that's why you giggle in the second part because when you get nervous, you giggle, right? So read, keep reading. Don't you, because you're going to have this perfected in English and it's going to work for you. right? You are. So go ahead and read. I'll play him in the role play. What are you sending? Right? That's what he sounds like, right? He's goofy. So just say. Yeah, go ahead. Read it. Read it.
Okay. I am mailing you a list of the properties with the pictures and details that sold in your price range while you were on the market. I'm also including a copy of our 7-step seller plan.
Okay, third woman in a row today, everybody, that read it and has a total jump in the way they sound. They all go from stumbling and fumbling. Every one of you sounded like a professional businesswoman the minute you read it. Because the words have been written over time to be simple for you all to read and to understand the value of what you're saying to them. So all three of you jumped up the minute you read it. But the minute you didn't and you weren't prepared to read it, you got lost. You tried, and I appreciate that about you. Okay? So your coaching is stop trying and have it right there. Because you've mastered beat one, master the rest of it. Okay? So same thing. Let me see if I can listen to one more here, and then I have to move on.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello?
this is Kireli. I'm calling you because I saw your beautiful home online and noticed that it didn't sell. So I would like to send some information that will help you sell it next time. May I do that?
Beautiful. Again.
I'm sorry?
Say it again.
Yeah. So I'm calling you because I am offering you some information that will help you to sell your house.
I'm not selling my home anymore, so thank you.
Okay. Have a great day.
Okay, that's fine too. I mean, you keep getting these knucklehead guys that you're calling. By the way, what price range are you calling into, just out of curiosity? They both almost sound like investor types, or, they don't really sound like real homeowners. Do you have any idea? Is it low-end stuff? What is it? Do you know?
No.
Okay, ask him. Make a note to ask him what types of, what price ranges these are and what's happening. I'd like to know. There's a weird common theme there in those two. Let's listen to one more, okay?
Hello.
Mike?
Hello, yes, it's
Hi. Hi, this is Kireli from Online Group. I'm calling you because I saw your beautiful home online and noticed that it didn't sell. So I would like to send you some information that will help you sell it next time. May I do that?
Great. Awesome.
Yeah, please do. Thank you.
Great. I will call you next week to make sure that you receive the information.
Okay. I will check it out. Thank you.
Perfect. By the way, while I have you here, it looks like a beautiful property. Why are you trying to sell it?
I don't know yet. Let me follow up your email. I'm a little bit busy right now. Thank you.
Okay, fine. But you got a little nervous again. Read the script. Go down the script. Go look at the script right now. And when he says yes, tell me what to do.
Okay, yeah. I didn't ask
It's okay.
his address.
Read it. It's okay.
But
Read it.
I called him after that and
It's okay.
confirmed
Okay.
the address.
It's okay. Read it. I want your brain to be trained right in the heat of the moment. Read it, please.
Yes, great. May I confirm that your best mailing address is?
Good. End it. Stop. That's it. That's all I want you to get in your head. Remember, it's that easy. He's in a hurry. Oh, no problem. And move along quickly with his pace, because this is one of the things where he is willing to accept it. But it's not going to come via email. It's going to come via mail, right? And he doesn't want to talk to you. And I like that you tried to go to the next beat, but he said, I'm busy. No problem. I'll call you next week to make sure you're in the mail. But you missed a beat. Everybody's cheating. Everybody stop cheating. Stop cheating. Stop cheating on me. All you ladies, stop cheating on me.
Sorry, Danny.
Here we go.
Like that.
Sarah Corey. Sarah, I got Jada's here. Is Jada with you? Somebody?
Hi, Danny. How are you?
Hello, my darling. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you.
My
Happy
radio
Friday.
voice.
It's Jada, and I'm ready for
Yeah,
you.
my radio voice from Canada. Here we go, Jada.
You're so sweet.
Good afternoon, Vicky speaking.
Hello, Vicky. This is Jada calling you from Metro City with Remax. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, Good, thank you. Vicky, we spoke a couple months back. I sent you a market evaluation, and we had talked about later on this year just maybe starting you up on a light search, looking at that wish list that you would have in mind for possibly that next property. Is this a good time to maybe go through a little bit of your criteria?
No, I've just been in meetings all morning and on the phone. I'm just trying to get some lunch done. So we won't be looking anyways until the new year. So probably won't be looking, start looking maybe in July next year. After a few things, like my daughter's graduating, until we know where she's going, then we'll start looking at that time.
Okay, well, would it be okay if I reach back out sometime this springtime?
Yep.
And then we can kind of see where the market's at and where to kind of start that the baby.
Okay, so give me a little a background here, Jada. Let's just go through. So you're calling her back. This is a second time, so this is taking time now. You know, I want you to think it wouldn't be a bad idea for all of us, quite frankly, to get an hourglass and to bring it to our desk or where we work and flip it upside down, just so we have the concept of time matters and the sand in the hourglass is going down. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe if you had a 5-minute hourglass, tip it over when somebody says hello and just keep yourself, you know, that was to all of you. Just, it hit me there. Because here's why. This is the second call about to become a third call. So tell me, I think I asked this earlier too, to Ziarelli. Take me back in time and tell me, how does this lead come to the company? How did you get this lead? What is the context?
Okay, so this is a bold lead. And so I contacted Vicky first time in June. I sent her the package. I called her back 2 weeks later to make sure she received the package. She said the information was great. Thank you so much. I said, did you want to start looking at the market? She goes, you know what? My daughter's moving out, going to school next year. So we won't start until later. And I said, not a problem. Do you mind if I call you, touch base in a couple of months and see where you're at? So this was me touching base and seeing where she was at, which she reiterated that her daughter's going to school next year. So now the next follow-up, I said, can I continue in the rest of the phone call? I said, can I continue sending you some market updates? And if you have any questions, you reach out to me. And if not, we'll have a conversation in the spring. So that was call number 3. And that's just me just kind of keeping tabs, making sure that, you know, she's receiving some information and that she knows that I'm there if she does need some to start that process earlier is my focus.
Okay, good. So this is where it becomes, and I want all my team leaders definitely listening to this piece. This is where the process of digitized information supports your blank spots between one call and the next, right? So let's go all the way back to the beginning. You call her 2 weeks in. A bold lead, if anybody's not familiar, is essentially a seller lead, right? So they want some sort of evaluation of their property. It's an early on, I'm thinking about selling my property. So as you can see, this lead's been in the company, it's early on and off we go. So the question really begs, when you sent the information, you sent the seller package, 5 or 6 properties it sold, yeah? Is that right? Physically that went?
Yes, that's correct. It went through.
She got it, and she was appreciative, and we changed the relationship. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Okay. At that point right there, did you try to determine timing and motivation to see if it aligned with a meeting?
I did, and then that's when she said she was waiting until her daughter moved out for school.
I'll take you at face value there. My next question is, what got launched right there? That's call number 2, because it sounds like on call number 3, which this is, you're asking for permission to send digitized information, which in my world should have been launched the minute she said, I got it, but I'm not ready for a visit yet. No problem. We'll send you our market update each month, and I'll put you on automatic update so you can see what sells around you, so we can keep an idea on, because you want to stay on the sell side. Forget the buy side, even though that's driving the bus. She's not ready. So my question is, and I don't know if Sarah's on here today, it doesn't look like it, but the idea is, and SV, maybe you can weigh in on this too, since you're here. The idea is we should be launching them onto a list where they get the market update and where they get sold properties around them, so that by the time this third call is there, you're simply saying, hey, I know you're sitting there waiting till after the new year. Just want to make sure the stuff is coming in. Don't know if you saw the latest stats. It said this. And did you see that one down the street that sold? You know, you can be hyper specifically relevant in these calls versus this is, and I call these an "Are you ready yet?" call, right? Versus,
Exactly.
hey, yeah, and I think we're setting you up for that instead of setting you up for. Go ahead. Come on.
I'll be completely honest with you. That falls on me. My call number 2 and call number 3 should have been in the same phone call. I'm just kind of developing my updating follow-up kind of call. So that's something that we do get sent to as a company, and I'm just really learning my way on doing my proper follow-up.
Jada,
so
you know what to do? Yeah, Jada, you know how to. Your follow-up phone call is easy if you understand what's going out. Because all you're doing in your follow-up phone calls is remember when we said, hey, Jada, it's Danny Griffin calling from Griffin Realty Group. The reason I'm calling is because I saw you were using the griffin.co to look for properties for sale. So I wanted to make sure that we have all the right criteria. And it looks like you're looking in Beacon Hill for 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Is that right? Yes. And you're looking up to $2 million. Is that right? Yes, it is. Wonderful. I'm going to make sure I adjust the criteria to meet that. And did you want to add the Back Bay? Sure, go ahead. How about South End? Sure, go ahead. Great, we'll add those. I'll call you in a couple of weeks to make sure that these are coming in correctly and that they're arriving. In the meantime, I'm going to add you to our market update so you can see generally what's happening in the Boston market so you can stay up to date. So when the time is ready, you're not caught flat-footed, right? Period. So what we're doing is, see, information that's in the package are the seller tips, because they're thinking about selling, and more importantly and more interestingly to them at that moment, what's selling and how's the market. Everybody wants to know, how's the market? How's the market? How's the market? I mean, if you're investing in stocks, if you're investing in cryptocurrency, if you're going to invest in a house, everybody wants to know how the market's doing. So we have this market update that's going out, and I wanted Steve and Sarah to get with you once a month to say, hey, guys, gals, here's what's significant this month. Right? Inventory's down, prices are up. Say this on the phone. Hey, Jada, it's Danny Griffin calling. We talked last month, and I know you're still waiting for your daughter to graduate. Just want to make sure that market update's been coming in, and you notice that the price per square foot is up for sellers. Good news for you headed into the spring. And also, I want to make sure you're getting those solds so that they're coming to you and you see the neighbors selling for. Is that all arriving? See, because now you arrive in your follow-up calls in a service mode. Jada, right? Not, are you ready yet?
Right.
Are you ready yet? Because she has to put you off and you're starting to diminish your value over time. You become the unwanted pest versus the welcome guest. Follow?
I don't. My intention was definitely to call with to offer something, to offer those market updates. But I do absolutely understand that the more phone calls you put through, it's yes, I understand that for sure.
Well, but hold on. You're saying the right thing. I wanted to offer the digital version of the stuff we mailed, but that should have been done in the second call, so that now this third call is already value, right? Because you already know this. When you make this call, you know she's pushing it off to the spring. So what are you hoping to accomplish? Change your mind? Not going to happen, right?
Right.
So very critical to just start earlier. And you don't have to formulate any kind of idea for follow-up. You don't have to formulate it. You're calling to say, did you see this update? Here's what it says. Did you see the solds? Want to make sure they're coming. Awesome. Plans are still for the spring, right? Yep, good. See you next month. Period.
Yeah.
It's easy. Yeah. It's easy. It's a quality touch based on information that's relevant to them, not are you ready yet? Cool?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, just makes your life easier too, because you're so good. Your voice is so good. You're so good at this.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah. You just don't have to work that hard. All right, let's listen to one more from, let's see. Whose is this? Is this an SV? It is. Okay. One more. Bravo, Jada. That's good. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, this is Crystal.
It is Crystal.
Hey, Crystal, it's Sarah calling from Remax. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. I was trying to call you back yesterday. I think we just got cut off.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, yeah, I didn't get service and I was at work, so I was like, oh no.
So the property you were looking to take a look at was in Arm Prior Highway 17?
Yeah.
Okay. And are you seeing it with your agent?
Nope. Me and my boyfriend are just looking at houses right now.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about your plans. Is this something you're looking to do inside this calendar year? You're preparing for next spring?
I think next spring. Like we don't have like a prepaid mortgage or anything right now. We just kind of want to like start looking at houses and see what that is like before we actually go and buy a house.
Oh, okay. Now,
Yeah.
do you have an idea? So you mentioned that you haven't gotten a pre-approval yet. Did you have an idea of what your budget's going to be?
I feel like it'll be around 300,000.
At the top end? Okay.
Yeah, like 315 maybe is max.
And what's your current situation now? You're renting or?
I'm just living at home now.
Okay. So when you say that you're working towards your financing, are you guys have your minimum 5% down, or is that still something you guys are working towards?
Still working towards. We just hit the 12,000 mark, so that's exciting. But working our way there.
Yeah, that's huge. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, why don't I do this? And I think it might be a little bit, premature to get out there, asking the seller to leave their home if you guys aren't in a place to
Okay, right.
offer, especially with the way that things are right now and everything being COVID conscious. We definitely don't want to displace.
Okay. SB, you with me, sister?
Yeah, I'm here.
It's a very different version of you. It's interesting. Tell me that.
I know. I was going through the calls and I was listening to my tonality, and I was more almost like a lower voice.
Well, yeah. Well, what you were almost a harsher version of yourself. Tell me what's going on in the context of this. It's almost like in the end you're chastising her for having the audacity to look at a house, right? I'm exaggerating the point, of course, but I'm fascinated. Tell me what's going on here for context. I need that.
So it was a request to see one of our listings for sale. So it was a sign call. She was looking to get into one of our properties for sale. So I always obviously got to ask the right questions to make sure it's even worth it to get an agent all the way out there. And this one, more importantly, because it's a little bit outside. It's about 45 minutes from our downtown area. And the last thing I want is for an agent to say, well, why just set me up with somebody that's not even in that place?
I got it. Stop. I like it. I like it. I mean, got it. It's just the way. But also, every listing is so dang hard to get, and it becomes that thing. The best buyers come from the best listings. I mean, we have a 3.9 right now. My brother's working with somebody looking at the same who didn't want to buy that one, and she's writing offers on other properties. There's nothing better than having a good piece of inventory to attract a real buyer like this, right? But much for a lot of love in helping her.
It comes later in the call, I promise.
Okay, but I'm just curious about here we go again with formulaic approach, right? Yeah. I'm just wondering, what is the formula you're following? Because it sounds like you're just going on muscle again, and you're just in a harsher mood per se, and you're short with her. Versus, oh, wonderful, look at, here's the deal. One of the things that's really super important these days is to get pre-approved so that when you go to these places, you're matching up what you really want to spend with what's sold. And I'd love to send you out some sold so you can see what the money's buying. Then if you want to go see some of your favorites, which I highly recommend, we'll put you with one of our agents and you look at 3 of your favorites and you can see if that's that. But you want to get this whole thing going. So can we help you move this pre-approval along? Right? Go to the buyer plan in your head. Representation. That's up in gold lights. She has none. Right? She has none.
Yeah.
So, light goes up. Oh, really? Have you been pre-approved? Is anybody helping you with that? Who are you talking to? Slow it down and just imagine that pinwheel in front of you to kind of find out, where am I meeting this digital sign call? Right? I mean, Zillow's tried to build a whole entire business model off of this digital sign call. That's what these are. They're big. This is a big deal. I'm obsessing in my company over any kind of digital inquiry on our website. That's where we just got this relationship that we're dealing with, right? It's a big deal. So we have to make sure that every one of these are seen as an opportunity for new business that doesn't require us as business owners to go out and spend more money buying more contacts. This one's coming directly off of a listing. So stay in the formula and qualify her, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're right when you said it was a bit harsh. I think I just have to just keep it really sweet. And
Yes.
I
which you normally are, and this proves to you, not to me, but to you, it proves to you that what's important here is a system helps us overcome any kind of mood we might be in or not be in. Because this is a hard business. Anything is. What are we're supposed to show up doing jumper jacks every morning going, I can't wait to do this, right? I mean, that's not life. You wake up in these days and you're like, oh my gosh, this isn't a waste of my time. I get the internal dialogue. But this isn't even one of those, right? I mean, this is somebody who sounds young, sounds like a first-time home buyer. Maybe your patience is worn thin for those types of leads. I get it, right? But be the voice of guidance and representation. This one should be, neon lights in your head. Oh, they need representation. They have no clue what's going on. Say, well, look at here. Let me ask you a question. Was this the only property you wanted to see, or have you seen others? And by the way, if nobody's helping you, let me just make this simple. The best practice is to make sure you get pre-approval so you're certain on what you want to spend. And then what we would do is we would give you a list of free properties. We'll send you out a package that has 5 or 6 properties in the areas you think you'd like to buy, so you can see, like a realtor would see, what the money's buying. And that way, once you're there, then we could refine your criteria online, and we could find you a couple of your favorites. Then we take you out and show them so you can see in reality what that really looks like. Does that sound helpful? So you're walking them through the buyer presentation so that you can show them the value of what you're going to offer them, and that this package is going to go out and it's going to explain all to them, right? Follow?
Right.
So go back to what I would do is recommend, and maybe somebody make one of my mastermind members make a note that we should adjust the internet buyer lead to an internet sign call lead. Okay, see if we need some subtle adjustments. But in the meantime, ask Sarah to print out, if you don't have it already, the very latest internet buyer script, so you can look at the process there. But I might want to tweak that this coming, Thursday. Okay, next week's Thursday. I might want you to come on too, if you can book that. I know I'm talking to the team Wednesday.
Thursday?
Yeah. But next Thursday, Mastermind, would be a bad idea for you to come to that call. Remind me that we want to firm up this concept of the digital sign call. That's essentially what we're dealing with here. Yeah?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, good. Just be careful of these slip moments, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just not you. I mean, it's
thank you, Denny.
One of those
I know. When I hear myself, I'm like, oh my, I sound so mean.
That's what I'm saying. I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I've ever heard you sound mean. That was pretty good. It just goes to show, hey, you are human after all, you superstar, right? All right.
Thanks, Denny.
Good job. All right, all. Listen, any final questions or thoughts about this today? It was good.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah, go ahead, bud.
What's the best thing you had for Thanksgiving yesterday?
What's the best what?
Best thing you ate for Thanksgiving yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I cheated
Best
yesterday. I went off my vegan, and we had this fixed menu down here in New York City. And so they had a rolled turkey with stuffing that was kind of spicy inside. It was 10. How about you?
I don't know. Everything was good.
Yeah. But I chased it right back with a vegan breakfast, so I got back on track. But that was the best thing. Squash raviolis were a close second. So it was a fixed menu, and it was good. So thank you for asking.
The restaurant.
Rosemary's. So my daughter works for a place down here called Rowie's and Rosemary's. They have about 5 or 6 different concepts in the West Village. You would right up your Seattle alley. Very eclectic. Yeah, very West Village is kind of a cool vibe, and it was it was a cool vibe. Yeah. And like anything, it's good to be with, we were all discombobulated. Julie and Marty were over in Minneapolis. Jenny was with their friends in LA, and I was with Steffi, Jack, and Christy here in the city. So a little bit different, but it was fun.
I enjoyed your photos. That was nice.
Yeah, cool. All right, all. Well, listen, thanks for being here. We'll have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of this holiday feeling weekend, and appreciate the diligent that we're here today. We made good use of the time. We learned, stick to the yellow brick script, and the rest will follow. See you next week.
Bye.
Thank